Welcome, all you entertainment holics out there in radio and television land. It is time yet again for another thrilling, exciting installment of, you guessed it, Wicked Entertaining, coming at you live, Monday through, Saturday or whenever the fuck we feel like it. That's 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific time, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern time on Rock Rage Radio. We are syndicated on the following: iHeartRadio, SiriusXM, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iTunes, Spotify, Audible, Spreaker, and a bunch of other sites. We are also on video with YouTube, Vimeo, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram TV. We are distributed by those wacky, crazy people at Sony Music Entertainment, Sony Music Publishing, The Orchard by Sony, Art19, BMG, and 50/50 Global Music Incorporated. Shout out to all of our other hosts out there around the world with Rock Rage Radio. We are on right now on Rock Rage Live. I'm your hostess, Jennifer DeVoe Muse. My other hosts or co-hosts of the show, hosts and producers, would be James Muse. So we're both Jenny and the Muse. We also have Amy Bowman, the sultry songstress. We got the Mac Daddy of Metal, Shyler Staver, radio personality Greg Coster, and also actor, producer, director, and a bunch of other stuff. Health trainer. He has been featured in Playgirl magazine, and he's an actor, but check him out in all his movies. He's Derek Webb from New Hampshire. So we've got a lot going on tonight, and of course we have another awesome person from New Hampshire chiming in with us tonight as our featured guest. We're going to bring him in right now. It's Scott Plante.
What's up, everybody? How's it going?
What's up?
Oh, same old, same old. How are you?
Hell yeah. Good. Hell yeah. You having a nice evening down there in New Hampshire?
New Hampshire?
That's what I always called it. I don't know. I don't know what you'd call that, though. Like, if Massachusetts people are massholes, what's somebody from New Hampshire? I guess you're just a bunch of hamsters. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we're just hamsters. I'm cool with
that. Feel like you're running around on a wheel sometimes?
I feel like that on a daily basis. So I'll accept that title, and we'll roll with that title.
Awesome. Rock on. How's everything been going lately? We know with your music and stuff.
With music, everything's going incredible. I mean, I decided to get back to my roots and create a hard rock / metal album. And we've already got my feet in the ground. We got the first single ready to release that we might air tonight. That I got a feature with J.R. Bareece from Love and Death. And anybody who doesn't know who Love and Death is, it's Brian Headwelch from Korn has a solo project called Love and Death, and J.R. Bareece is a guitarist for that band. He came in and did guitars and vocals. We wrote the song together, and came out fucking awesome. I'm pumped. I can't wait to release it. We filmed a video with Sergio Salvucci and Wild Thorn Productions in northern New Hampshire. Had some actors and actresses come in for, storylines. I mean, it's probably my biggest production scale video that I've ever done. So, shout out to all those people. Shout out to Sergio for producing it, coming down, filming it. Shout out to Kyle Cunningham and Mariah Cummings for being the actors and showing up and doing a good job. And I can't wait to release it. I'm pumped. Couple more weeks, it's out. But I've got Josie Scott from Saliva is ready to hop on a track.
Wow, really? Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude. I fucking love Saliva. I want to do a cover of their song Click, Click, Boom.
Yeah.
And I also want to do a cover of Ladies and Gentlemen.
I grew up.
Fucking love them.
During like the most fucked up parts of like my teenage fucking years, where I'm a just utter train wreck. Like I would jam out to Saliva albums. So like,
oh my god,
having a conversation with him and like relaying music back and forth and stuff like that, and him being like, yeah, let's get on a track together. It's like fucking awesome for me. He was something I looked up to.
Put in a good word for me, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
I'd love to meet him. Oh my god, I fucking love Saliva.
Well,
I have,
he was on hiatus for a long time, and
yeah.
now he's back at it. He's looking great. He's outperforming again, and he's ready to rock. And I'm pretty pumped to see him back in the scene, back on stage. And it's it feels good for me to watch somebody that I idolized, in my younger years, like be back on track and back at it. You know what I mean? It's a pretty cool feeling. And I had a conversation with Sonny Sandoval from POD as well.
Oh, I fucking love POD.
Yeah, me too. I listened to
Saw
them.
them at the Whiskey. Hell
Did
yeah.
you? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
well,
band.
he basically sent me this website. It's the Whosoever movement. It's something that he's a part of, and basically he told me to submit a track. The track would be submitted. He would, run it down, see if he likes it, and if he digs it, then I basically get a feature with Sonny as well. So,
Right.
I'm shooting for him. I'm shooting for Jesse Haysack from 10 Years.
Nice.
Another band that I like. So basically, I'm trying to fill this album up with features from people that I have listened to for years, and so far it's working. It's happening, and
That's
it's
amazing.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pumped. I'm just excited to get it done, get it started. But as an independent artist and doing everything by yourself, because I don't even have a band like backing me. Like I have fill-in musicians come in and
Yeah.
and play that role. So everything's on me. So
Right.
financially, it's a lot of a burden. So like
It
everything is
is.
done
Yeah.
very very small steps. It's like I gotta grind,
Yeah.
get a little
Yeah.
bit, little bit, get a little bit, and make it. And so far, we got this track done. We got the video done. It's ready to be released as the first single. So the band is The Last Fall. And
Wow.
that's what the title of that's what the band name is going to be. And the ideology behind The Last Fall is like, they say, fall eight times, get up nine, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that last moment where you've kind of fucking put your dick in the dirt, for the last time, and you're stepping up and saying, I'm not gonna fall this time. I'm gonna execute this thing because I've fallen a lot throughout my time as a human being, as a
Mm.
musician, as
Yeah.
just in general. You know what I mean? And it's like my stand to say this is it. This is going to be the one that is going to bring me to where I want to be.
Wow. That's amazing.
Fuck
You
yeah.
know, you've accomplished a lot just being one person.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I think a lot of my best accomplishments are really the, like playing at the prison, making the
Mm.
headline news in New Hampshire, like being able to go up to a place where I sat for 4 years, to get clearance and walk through these same, buzzing, clicking big metal doors, the same ones that I walked through for years, walk into
And
a gymnasium that I spent a lot of time in, you know what I mean?
mm,
And have it be full of men. You go in there and you don't really know, you don't know how they're going to respond to you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because, you know, just people in there and their characters and the environment in there, you never know how people are going to respond. And I couldn't ask for a better response. I mean, it ended with a standing ovation. It was a really,
amazing.
yeah, it was awesome. And not just that too, but the people that I was speaking to were people that were, people that are trying to recover from drug addiction. It was people who are battling with, mental health issues. So it's like I was able to go up there, and I didn't just go up and perform. I went up there and I spoke. I talked about my life. I talked about things that I've utilized throughout my life to be able to get myself to a better place, to stay sober, to, things that have helped me maintain, issues with mental health that I've struggled with since I was a little kid, and make a better
Right.
quality of life for myself. So, it wasn't just the fact of going up there and performing and like putting on a show and, being in the newspaper. It was going up there and trying to help a group of men that are desperately, in need of help. So,
Right. And it's always nice to walk into a place like that and not be in handcuffs.
yes, exactly.
I'm sorry.
But hey, it felt like that momentarily though when I first got there, because they're
Right, yeah.
ransacking all my gear, and you know what I mean, just pulling through everything, and it's like some of the cops were the same cops that were
Really?
yeah, when I was there, like fuck shit, it's 6
Ignorant,
years ago now.
I-
And
ignorant
so it's
assholes.
like, yeah, it's like, some of them still have that attitude, but I think a lot of them were, I think a lot of them were surprised to see me walk through in plain clothes instead of walking through in a green suit. You know what I mean? And I think some of them, I think they were a little proud. They were happy to see, because typically places like that are revolving doors because
Yeah.
there's no rehabilitation because they don't want you better. I mean, let's face it.
No, they can't make money off you if you get better.
Exactly. They can't
The
make money.
for-profit prison system, you know what I mean? That's how they make their money. A lot of it is, off the backs of the inmates, making license plates or making, I don't know, whatever, different commodity that, they make, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
not to mention the state pays for each individual inmate that's in there at all times. So that's why they've a lot of people have privatized prisons, but New Hampshire is one place that hasn't privatized their prison.
Mm.
But yeah, you get these private corporations that go in and it's just all for profit. So what the fuck do they want to rehabilitate you for? They don't want you rehabilitated. They want you to be a revolving door because you're just money in their pockets. Because for, a greater portion of, humanity, that's all that really fucking matters to them. It's just that money in their pockets. They don't give a shit, especially these big corporations and stuff. They don't give a fuck about you. They're just going to send their little marketing ads out to fucking brainwash you, get you to buy their product or get you to, in this instance of what we're talking about, get you to make mistakes in your life so you wind up in a fucking prison cell and you're a fucking paycheck to them. That's all you are. And that's just how a lot of people are throughout the planet,
Yeah. I used to love Michael Jordan and have mad respect for him, and the Bulls were like been my favorite basketball team. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
it's funny because I'm from New England. You'd think it'd be the Celtics. They're number two. God damn it. Anyway, but when I found out that Michael Jordan was part of the for-profit prison system, he was,
You know what? I
one of
heard
the owners, one of the people who was invested in it. Like,
I heard
why would you do that?
yeah, I heard that and I didn't know if it was a true thing. I didn't know if
It
it was
is.
kind of rumor or what, but yeah, no,
No. Yeah.
it's just it's fucked up. But you know what? You can be bigger than that though. You can be better than that. You can do exactly what
Yeah.
I did. You can do exactly what I did. You can get out. You know what? You can want better for your life. You can make all of the tough decisions and take all the tough actions that it takes to just change your mind, change your thought processes, change your actions. And you know what? You can wind up doing what I did. You can go back in there in plain clothes and just kind of, it's like I guess in a way, a fuck you to the system, It's just a big
Right.
fuck you. You didn't get me, and I won't go back. I could, because that aspect of my mind, that character of who I was, and I'm not to say that it's not still there. It's not still a part of who I am, but I have learned to completely push it aside, completely push it
Right.
aside, and just be this completely different human being. And you know, I like that.
Mm.
I like the fact that I can, put my middle finger up to that system and say I didn't fucking wind up a slave to your, bullshit, and
Mm.
just be a free man. I'm free. I'm out here. I, bust my ass working every day. I work for as a project manager at Southern Construction. Managing roofing
Awesome.
companies. Yeah, you know what I mean. That's my day-to-day thing that I do that helps me fund my music, and then you come at home at night and you sing to the walls and to keep yourself going, and then set up for projects, get into the studio, get things done, and just slowly have progress. I think a lot of things that have hindered me from gaining more traction throughout my time of being a musician over the past
Hmm.
6 years. So I've been in music for a long time. I sang for
Right.
bands down in Tennessee in my early 20s. But I think what's hindered me a lot is just not having the knowledge and how to market myself, how to utilize what I had. I mean, for my first like 4 video releases, I
Mm.
did like releases through Facebook, and I didn't know how to add a like button to my release. So basically,
Oh, okay.
yes, my last video release reached 200,000 views. Well, I had no clue how to
Mm.
market it properly to put a like button to basically grow my following as my video gained success. And
Oh,
those are things that I had to
nice.
learn the hard way. And now I know, and now that I know, I see more success for me in the future with these releases. I see higher numbers and I see bigger followings. You know, getting exposed to me and who I am and my music, and I think it's gonna be a good thing. I'm looking forward to it. It's like I don't really see an end to this. Being a musician is a part of who I am, so I'll just do this until the day I die. Regardless
Mm,
of whether or not I make it to some big platform or not.
right.
It's kind of irrelevant to me. Actually, I don't consider myself a musician. I consider myself an artist. I write music, and I think would like to think I'm fairly good at it,
You
but
are.
I consider myself an artist more than I consider myself a musician. Like,
Hmm.
like my producer Sergio, he is a musician. I mean, that kid can pick up a bass, a guitar, piano, uh,
Right.
absolutely anything. Or even Brett Hessler, who I worked with down in Tennessee, who I think we spoke about last time. He was a touring bassist for Creed. He
All right.
moved on to Dark New Day, and they got signed by Warner Brothers and was supposed to do big things. And that was Clint Lowry was a part of that band, the guitarist for Seven Dust. They were supposed to
Oh
be this
yeah.
group. Yeah, and they were great guys. And even working with him, musically speaking, the talent level of that guy is just unbelievable. And
Right.
yeah, so it's like I have focused all of my attention on my voice, you know what I mean? And that's why I think the
Hmm.
opportunities that have come to me have come from just that in particular, avenue. I haven't really dived into everything. I mean, I play my cover shows and I can play the guitar and sing and things like that, but I'm not some like magical guitarist that can, you know, shred on the guitar. That's just not who I am. I'm a singer. I like to emote. I think what sets me apart from a lot of people is I'm very uh, deeply dived into the things that I'm singing. I'm
Hmm.
there. I'm in what I'm doing. It's like I separate myself from the reality of that moment and fall into the story of the song that I am and kind of live in it and feel what that story is, and which is why a lot of my songs
Mm.
are story based.
That's awesome, though. You know what I mean? You know, I just say this. Anyone could just like sit down and write a song, or but like, do they really mean it, and do they really feel it,
Mm,
and how does it come across when they perform it? You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Like, there's a difference between real, genuine music and just fluffy crap.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is
You know what I'm saying?
diving into the music industry. I've learned, I've worked with some really like high end studios, and then I've worked with like some really like just good, genuine people like Brett, Sergio, and
Hmm.
some places you will go in there to write, and their goal is to say, okay, your song has to fit within this time frame, has to be about this topic. They want it to be the only thing they give a shit about is it selling to
Yeah.
the masses. That's all they care about. It's not about the music.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for me, um, meeting some of the people that I admired throughout my life, since I've been doing this, you come to learn that it was never really about the music for them. It was actually about the money
Money,
and
the
fame,
fame,
money and the
the
fame.
house, the
Yeah,
car,
nuts.
the bitches, the
Yeah,
dudes,
exactly.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And honestly, that's
And that's
fucking.
yeah, that
It's
is fucked up.
disappointing. It's disappointing, is what it is. It's
It's
discouraging.
extremely disappointing.
You
I
know.
mean, I've met some celebrities and they weren't what I thought they would be.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to look at them for what they are. Some celebrities. I've met a lot of celebrities that were the nicest human beings too.
Yeah.
So it's not cut and dried like that. They can either allow the industry to make them one way or the other. Like, I mean, if you sell your soul to the devil, it's going to show.
Hell yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
a lot of artists do. A lot of artists do. They kind of just sell themselves to the marketing system of it, and they follow this like chemistry that, labels and things like that know that works to sell. And that's why, like, I mean, God, I mean, like, I hate to put another artist down in what they do, but I'm sorry, but like 70% of the music that has this major traction is just really fucking useless, meaningless, fucking talentless fucking garbage. And I'm not saying I'm some fucking mega, you know, ultimate artist and I deserve to be up someplace where I don't. I'm not saying that. But
Yeah.
I have an ear for music, and I know
Hmm.
when what I hear has, I'll hear these songs that are just so beautifully thought out and so amazingly written, right?
Hmm.
And they will not be on the charts. They will not be on Billboard. They will not be on iTunes. And it's like, how can something so incredibly good not make it to those platforms? And sometimes it has to do with marketing, like with me being independent, being by myself. I have not had a lot of money towards marketing, and I've had to be smart. On my last release, I had money
Hmm.
for marketing because I reached out to businesses. I asked for sponsorship. So in return for them sponsoring me and putting into the pot of marketing, I promoted their businesses, and it worked out great for everybody, and I'm doing that again this time for this song Burner that I'm releasing with JR Baris. I've reached out to a bunch of businesses, and some deny me, some say yes, let's do it. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. It worked last time. The view count on the last video is really high, especially for a basically just a local artist. You know what I mean? I haven't even set foot on stage to really perform my originals other than a handful of times. You know what I mean? So it's like I haven't even gotten to that point where I'm traveling or going around and doing shows and really acquiring a following. I haven't gotten myself to that point yet, and I think I've done really well considering all I've done is just basically done everything online, and I've built it up to what it is just by doing that, and I think I've done a good job at that.
Your some of your songs are like just very profound. You know what I mean? They speak to me. I mean, all your songs are great, but there's certain ones that really like it's like holy shit. Like it just made me stand up and take notice. And I thank Mr. Derek Webb for bringing you to me.
I appreciate it.
And you know what I mean? He's you're very gifted. Your lyrical ability is really good. You have you touch people. You know what I'm saying? It's different, and not all the money in the fucking world, and not any huge fucking label or anything can like make it better. I'm just in the sense of like some of these motherfuckers out there, like their music isn't that great to me,
No, I mean,
but
a lot of
they make shitloads of money and live in mansions and stuff like that, and because they sell to the masses. And no offense, a lot of people are fucking stupid, and that's why I call them sheeple. Um,
no, I
and it is what it is. And then somebody who's truly gifted and talented like you doesn't get as much recognition as they should.
appreciate that.
And not all the money in the fucking world can like touch that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's great to have money and fame and fortune and live in a mansion, whatever, and drive some Maserati. That's fucking wonderful. And congratulations to those who do. That's great.
Yeah,
But I'd rather be a humble bitch from Maine. I'd rather be a humble bitch from Maine and have millions of fucking friends or tons of friends and be loved by people and be a good person and help others. And to me, that's worth its weight in gold.
you know,
Money comes and goes. Money comes and goes. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a bad person, you're a bad person. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look at certain things. Like, I look at a person's value system. I
Oh,
look at what type of person they are.
oh,
I don't give a
absolutely.
flying fuck about how much money you have in your bank account.
No,
I
no,
don't care about going to visit you at your mansion. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I care that you're a good person, that you mean what you say, and that you treat others with respect.
absolutely. I completely agree. And that's my judgment system as well. I judge you by your character. I don't care what social status you have. I don't care what color you are. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
even at my roofing company, all the crews that I work with, they're Portuguese, Spanish. They're some of the hardest working men I've ever seen in my life.
Fuck yes.
And I,
Yes, they are.
and I've come to really, maintain friendships with these guys. I really like these guys, and
Yeah.
like I said, they're some of the hardest workers I've ever met in my life, and I have this huge respect for them, and I judge people by their character, how they act, how they carry themselves in life. And, if you make your way to success and you find yourself in a mansion on the beach, and that's beautiful and that's great. And it's awesome that you got there. It's just don't
That you
step,
deserve it. That you
yeah,
deserve it.
don't
Not
step,
because you slept with somebody.
yeah, don't step on people to get there. You know what I mean? If you're going to get
Yeah.
there, earn it, and that's what I feel like
Mhm.
I'm trying to do. I'm trying to earn it. I'm trying to be the best I can be. The last time I was on your show, it ended up exposing me to a casting producer to America's Got Talent.
Fuck
And
yeah.
yeah, and this time around, this year, they're doing auditions for the next 5 months. And right now, I don't feel like I'm super prepared. I've been so and involved in my work that I haven't had a lot of time to really make sure, because I mean, it's America's Got Talent. I mean, the level of singers that go on that show. They are phenomenal. You know what I mean? So it's like,
You're really good though. So have confidence in yourself.
I
Your
do.
songs are good. You are very talented. Have faith in you.
I do. I know what I'm capable of, but I also
Mm.
know that if you really want to be successful and you really want to make it, you have to work every day at it. I
Of
can't
course.
I can't be practicing 2 times a week and expect to beat, all the people that go on that show. And
Yeah.
I have to be in it every single day. You have to find time for it every single day. If you truly have a dream, if you truly have something that you aspire to have, you can't half-ass it. You have to give it your all every single day. I might be
Mhm.
tired when I get home from work, but it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Every day I have to, sit here and I have to sing for an hour, 2 hours every day to make sure that, I'm as good as I can humanly possibly be when the time comes where I get the opportunity to show whoever, who I
Yeah.
am, what I'm about. I can't be, you can't half-ass it. What you put into life is what you get out of life. And if you're putting in a half-ass effort, you're gonna get half-ass results. It's just how it
Very
is.
true. I agree. But I mean, I look at it as it's also like just put in the time, put in the effort, and it'll pay off eventually. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a good person, just keep doing what you're doing. You
You
know?
know, I like to keep that faith that being genuine and being good, that in some way karma will work itself out. And that's
Yeah.
not to say bad things don't happen to good people, because they most certainly do. And
Right.
that's part of life. Life is full of, I mean, as you can see, I'm in a cast. I just had reconstructive surgery on my arm.
Oh
uh,
yeah, I saw that. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I mean, it's a couple more weeks, the cast comes off, and after, which will be like little over a year and 2 months, I'm gonna finally be able to start doing physical therapy on my arm and getting
Mm,
myself back to what I was. It's gonna
right.
be a long journey. They told me they put a new tendon in my arm, a cadaver
Oh
tendon.
goodness.
Yeah,
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
Dead
weird.
man walking. I'm sorry. Yeah, I had
Yep.
to. Bad joke. Anyway.
They told me after a year that my old tendon will start to ingrain itself in that tendon. So it's gonna be a long journey, but it's like I'm cool with
Kind of
it.
interest. Kind of interesting.
And
They
it
can
kind of,
do shit with dead people parts. Like it's
I
like
know,
what the
right? And
fuck.
then keep them like actually like mechanically inclined. That's
Yeah.
what amazes me, that the thing's not just sitting in there like a gummy worm. You know what I mean?
You better hope to God he wasn't a chronic masturbator.
Maybe
All of a
it's not.
sudden, you wake up from your sleep and you're going, "Oh my God, oh, what happened? What's going on? I don't understand. Oh my God,
I think
oh,
that's gonna help me out, because that means I'm gonna want a strong one.
fuck yes, I love it." Oh come on, I gotta have jokes a little bit. Can't take life too seriously. You know what I'm saying? Have a good sense of humor. That's what I always say.
Since that injury, life kicked the shit out of me, pretty substantially. I mean, I have a lot of other stuff that I deal with, and that was just another thing on top of the plate. And I lost my career at the time, as in power line construction. I lost my CDL, and things seemed grim. We struggled real bad for a long time, but sometimes it's really hard to see through a storm, to see that the sun is always on the other side.
Yeah.
And you have to have faith that there always is, no matter how cloudy it gets, the sun is on the other side, and it's not going to stay cloudy forever. And it wasn't, because I wound up, doing that, losing all of that, and struggling and for a really long time. I wound up with a surgeon that treated me like absolute shit and took me around for a year. So he stretched out this surgery. It was supposed to be an emergency surgery. I was supposed to go immediately in and get it done, and he took me around for 11 months until I got sent to another hospital. And then the new surgeon I saw was like, "Oh, here's the problem. You need new body parts."
Dare I say, karma's a cunt?
I hope so. I actually
I'm not trying to wish nothing bad on anybody, but I'm just saying, karma tends to mow motherfuckers down when they least expect it. So you just hope for the best.
Yeah, he's got what's coming to him. I mean,
Yeah.
I learned afterwards that he's been sued and everything.
Oh,
so.
There you go. See, so it was a good thing that he never did the surgery on you.
Probably is, but he had no care for me. I mean, even his demeanor.
Of course not. Of course not. That's why he's being sued. He doesn't give a fuck about others. He only cares about the checkbook. He only cares about the money that was going to hit his pocket. He only cares about his mansion up in the, I don't know. Are the hills? I don't know. I mean, I forgot we're in New England again. We're not. He's in the the Epping Hills.
That's a good one.
Like we're in Hollywood, the Epping Hills.
I don't know. There's some parts of Maine that are real nice, though.
The hills have eyes. That's what I think sometimes. Some of the towns I've driven through in Maine.
Yeah, but
the hills have eyes.
Drive the coast, though. Drive the coast and look.
My brother is my cousin, is my father, is my uncle. It's not just in the South, people. It happens in New England small towns also. Anywho, we have a joke about a town called Danforth in Maine, not too far from Holton. For any of you out there from Danforth, I apologize. No, I don't. Anywho, let's play a fucking song, dude. Come on, we gotta laugh about it. We live in New England.
Hell yeah.
Let's hear. All right. What do you want to play here? I see.
Check and see if let's see if Burner's uploaded. Let's see if people want to hear the new track early.
For some reason, it's not like doing it. Do you want to? Yeah, no. My thing is stuck. I don't know what happened. Now it's just like something is stuck. I don't know what the fuck it is, but yeah. I mean, if you want to try to play it from, I don't know, your phone or from anywhere, we can. They'll still be able to hear it. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of ways to do it without. For some reason, I can't get this whatever this is that's downloading to my phone. I don't even know if it's your file, to be honest with you. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? So something's downloading, something's doing something, and it's stuck there.
Let's rock some other stuff then. Let's go back. Let's go to my very last release. Let's do Destiny, featuring Raggedy Andy. That was a good
I like that. I like how it's spelled. Yeah, all right, so tell people a little bit about the song before we play it.
It was about fighting your inner demons. and getting yourself to a point where you're saying like you're gonna beat them. It's like everybody always has that bad voice in their head. You know, you get that motivated side of you. You've got that side of you that wants to do better in life and wants to, you know, do well. And then you have that little fucking monster in your fucking head that wants to procrastinate, wants to do the wrong thing. You know, especially for me as a recovering addict. You know, not only that, but I, you know, the criminal behavior of my past. You know, I have demons in my mind that, you know, really badly want to take control of me. They do.
Hmm.
They want me at that low frequency. They want me to do bad. They want me to live that style of life, you know, and
Don't
sometimes,
listen.
yeah,
Don't listen.
sometimes it's a war. It is. It's a war in your head, and you got to win. You got to fight every day. And that's what the song's about. It's about fighting every day. It's about materializing the things that you want to see in your life and knowing that in the end you will prevail and you will come through.
Right. Whew. Very true stuff, man. I'm telling you. All right, let's pull up. We're gonna listen to "Destiny" by Scott Plante, and this is featuring Raggedy Andy. So I like that. That's interesting. All right, wicked entertaining.
If I focus enough, see what I want, will it be real? And can I materialize what I see in my mind if I believe that it's there? Shifting back and forth between the thoughts in my mind. It's like I'm battling the demon that's controlling my life. But now I know I prevail.
Hold on a second. For some reason, I'm having technical difficulties. Hold on. Ah, damn it.
Thoughts in my mind, I see it reflected when I look in the mirror. And when I finally try to get the strength to defeat it, keeps coming back with the vengeance. Never ending endeavor, I bend to the break, praying the Lord takes my soul. But these demons are all that I know. I'm struggling now, can't find a way out. I'm thinking about blowing my head off. I fall to the ground, I'm screaming down loud. It doesn't be my fault, saying off. Look back at my life, it ain't any of dawn. Just comes down to this moment. Shit, I struggle, I own it. I think that I might fight one more day. Rewrite into the story, creating my legacy. More something. This is how it's meant to be.
But now I know I'll prevail, 'cause I can feel it in my soul. I got fire inside, it's going high, and I can't fail. I'm on my way to the top, whether you like it or not. The pain is waiting, but I've come too far to turn back now. This is my destiny.
What's up, everybody? Scott Plante here. I want to thank you guys for all viewing my latest video for my title track, Destiny, featuring Rappy Andy. Now, as a local musician trying to make it to the big time, I've had to come up with creative ways to try to get my music out there, because I don't have the backing from the labels or the investors. So, being a part of the community like I've been, I reached out to my community this time and went into all the places that I play, places that I go for my personal life, and I reached out to a bunch of businesses to see if they would be interested in sponsoring the release of this video. And we got 10 businesses, amazing businesses, to sponsor the release of this video. Now, my primary sponsor, the one who contributed the most to the marketing of this song, is Book and Bar in downtown Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Now, this is not your average place. Not only can you get drinks here, food here, live entertainment, but you can also buy books. They have been incredibly supportive to the local music scene. They hold beat night once a month. I mean, these guys are incredible. They do solo acoustic acts, they do full band acts, and they have been an amazing support system for me and a lot of musicians throughout New Hampshire. Now, this place is a historic customs house built in 1863. There's a lot of history to it. It's just an amazing place. So if you're ever in downtown Portsmouth and you want to go to a beautiful setting, have yourself some drinks, some food, some live entertainment, or read some books, Book and Bar is the place to be. Now, the next sponsor I'm going to talk about is Saving People Smiles out of Concord, New Hampshire. Now, this place is a full comprehensive dental agency, so they do everything from teeth cleanings to full repairs on your mouth, full implants. So it's a full comprehensive dental agency. But not only that, but they're also a non-profit organization. So these people have done a lot of work in their community. They have done a lot of work for people trying to better their lives, me being one of them. They've done a lot of work for veterans that are trying to, acclimate back into society and need help. This is an amazing organization. If you want to bring your family to an amazing dental place, Saving People Smiles in Concord, New Hampshire is the place to be. The next place I'm going to talk about is Cork and Keg in Raymond, New Hampshire. Now, this place is a place that I play frequently, doing my solo acoustic acts. It's a beautiful setting. The staff there is incredible, very friendly. The food is absolutely amazing. I think that they got the best burgers in the Seacoast, personally. It's an amazing place. Mary, who manages the place, decided to hop in and be a sponsor for this. I'm very grateful for the love and support. The next place I'm going to talk about is Costa Arms in New Hampshire. They got everything from firearms to outdoor accessories. So basically, if you're a hunter or you're a military surplus guy, this is the place to go. Costa Arms in Kingston, New Hampshire. The next place I'm going to talk about is Pizza by George in Raymond, New Hampshire. Now, this is a place that I frequent often. Now, I try to eat healthy during the week, but come weekend time, it's pizza and subs. And this is the place to go. It's a New York style pizza place. The vibe there is awesome. The staff, it's just a place. If you're in Raymond, New Hampshire, and you need a quick bite to eat, head over to Pizza by George, grab yourself some good food. The next place I'm going to talk about is another place that I play frequently doing my solo acoustic acts, but these guys also do full band acts, DJ night, and it's Saddle Up Saloon in Kingston, New Hampshire. They have indoor events, they have outdoor events, they have rent halls, they have receptions for weddings. They basically do it all, and Bob from Saddle Up has been super supportive of me and my music, and he decided to jump in and be a sponsor for this, and I'm very grateful for their love and support. The next place I'm going to talk about is Pittsfield Main Street Variety. Now, this is a family-owned business. Now, this family has been through a lot in life, and they have overcome a lot of things, and now they're running this business, trying to make a living for themselves. They're an amazing group of human beings, and if you're in Pittsfield, New Hampshire, and you need to stop in, get yourself a coffee, a soda, whatever it may be, stop in there, grab some food, and tell them that I sent you. The next place I'm going to talk about is Whiskey 20s in Manchester, New Hampshire. Now, if you're into the nightclub life, this is the place to be. They've got full band acts, they've got DJ acts. This is the place to be for live entertainment. You want to go out, you want to have a good time, you know, you're a young kid, you want to go out, this is the place to be. The next place I'm going to talk about is Northampton Service Center in Northampton, New Hampshire. Now, they've got Best of the Seacoast 2 years running for automotive service and repair and best oil change. So if you need work done on your car and you are in the Seacoast area, this is the place to go. The owner is a good friend of mine. He decided to hop in and be a sponsor for this, and I'm always grateful for his love and support, as we've been friends for a very long time. He runs a very good family operated business, honest, doesn't screw people over, just a genuinely good dude. And awesome, Keith Howard from Hope for New Hampshire. Now, Hope for New Hampshire holds a special place in my heart because they have supported me since the very beginning of this thing that dates back, 3 years ago when I started doing solo music. They're an amazing place. They keep people off the streets. They give people like me places to play and entertain, and they've just been supportive of anybody trying to better their lives. They've been supportive of all local musicians, and they're a great place to be. So I want to thank Keith Howard for hopping in to be a sponsor for this. Thank you guys so much for viewing this video. Don't forget to like the page. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube video, and we're going to keep going with this.
I can't bear to think you're watching over me in a casket as the tears roll down your face. So I hold on to faith. Things will someday change, and the pain inside my heart will go away. But am I strong enough? Can I really hold on through this mess I call my mind? I know I've come a long way, but there's so much space between me and the light. can someone so beautiful lose themselves so bad that they would settle for anything just to feel love again? But I know you're just reaching for something outside your scars, when everything that you've been looking for can be found in your heart. But you can breathe again, 'cause this is not the end. And if you can't carry yourself, I will praise you until you can stand, just to show you that you can stand. That standard for everyone else. The best part about it, chapter ending, is it opens you up for a new beginning now. How can someone so inspiring be afraid to share every part of her personality because she's feeling scared that no one will accept you for the beautiful creature you are? Instead they just drain you of your energy, take the light from your spark. But you can breathe again, 'cause this is not the end. And if you can't carry yourself, I will praise you until you can stand, just to show you that you can stand. That standard for everyone else. The best part about it, chapter ending, is it opens you up for a new beginning now. Yeah, this is not the end, this is just the beginning, another chapter of your life that is yet to be written. And it's amazing when you take the time to look at your head and realize you've always been the one that's holding the pen. So let your imagination run wild, 'cause this is your moment to write an end into your story that's filled with emotion, and understand that this is your life. So give it some meaning, because your heart is now your compass to find your way to new beginnings. Once you learn to love yourself, you can start to love someone else. If you give it all you got, then let me love you in return. And if you can't carry yourself, I'll praise you until you can stand, just to show you that you can stand. That standard for everyone else. The best part about a chapter ending is it opens you up for a new beginning now.
What's happening?
Holy fucking shit.
Howdy.
Sometimes even I forget how fucking talented you are.
I appreciate it.
And I signed you to my goddamn artist management label, Get Real Global Artist Management. So I know your worth, but at the same time, like, just sometimes I need to be reminded myself about how fucking good you really are. And not just in one genre, like several fucking genres. Like I just heard stuff that could be sold to like gospel, country, rock, just so many different styles of music that are incorporated just in the 3 videos we just watched.
Exactly.
And Jesus, when I heard Destiny the first time, like I was just blown the fuck away by it. But then now you went, and then it was just like a picture, you know, like there was no actual video yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now you've released the actual like finished part, like the actual video with it, and added you know the Raggedy Andy into it and everything, and it's just like, holy fuck.
Yeah, no, it's a kick-ass song, you know. And it did well. It did better than any release that I ever did, you know. And
all 3 of those are amazing. All 3 of those songs could easily be marketed to a major label.
Definitely, I agree. But the problem is, you got to. It's a lot of it's money, you know. A lot of it's money. It's marketing. It's getting heard by the right people. It's you know, I've had marketing companies deny trying to market me because they said it was too hard to market because I had too many genres. You know, they couldn't
Whatever.
they couldn't pin me
Whatever.
as one thing. But I sold myself as a multi-genre artist. You
Yeah.
know, and now I'm stepping back into my roots. I'm going a little heavy. You know, this new album's a little heavier. You know, but it's still gonna have the content. It's still gonna have the meaning. It's still gonna have stuff that means something to somebody somewhere. You know, because when I became a musician, my dream wasn't to live in a mansion. My dream wasn't to have a private jet. My dream was to connect to people.
Right.
I've been in rooms of people who knew what I was singing and sang along. And there's no other better feeling on the face of the planet knowing that there's a whole room, you know, full of people who are just connected to you at that time and you're all singing the same thing. It's all about the connection for me. I love connecting with people. It brings people together. Music brings people together, and it's such a beautiful thing. And it's like, that's what's important to me. I want to be in front of a stadium of people who know a song that I'm singing, and I want them to all sing with me so we can all be together for one moment. You know what I mean? It's that's what it's all about for me. It's all about, you know, I'm notorious for making people cry. I have a lot of sad songs, you know, but in those moments, I know that I'm touching those people, and being able to put down my guitar afterwards and go up and console these people and give them a hug and tell them that I'm there. That's what this is about for me. This is about connecting to other human beings, and I'll stick by that for the rest of my life. You know, never would I be a sellout and make music just to sell. Yeah. If I write something, it's something that I believe in, or it's an experience that I may have had in the past, or something that I feel like somebody could connect to. You know, I'm a very deep person, just in general. You know, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm a very deep person. I'm a constant, you know, I'm always thinking in my mind of life, and you know, what is it, and what does it mean? Why are we here? Why am I here? You know, I'm that type of person. So it's like my music reflects that. My music reflects that I'm always kind of deep into thought and trying to, you know, and plus I consider myself an empath. I feel like I can really understand people's emotions when I'm around them and pick up on the energy that they have. And that's what has allowed me to do music therapy with families who have lost loved ones too. So it's just, yeah, I love what I do.
And it shows. You know what I mean? It really does. Like you can feel it through the song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When I listen to your songs, I feel emotion. And I'm an empath myself, so I understand, and I believe that people are brought to your life for a reason.
Yeah, I believe that.
I believe Derek Webb was brought to my life for a reason, and thus also you and certain people that I know, you know, I mean, have become friends with or family now, you know, because of the experiences we've been through, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, you just don't realize the profound effect that a song or an artist or a whatever, you know, actor or whatever it is could have on you. You know what I mean?
There are, I could name a lot of musicians out there that literally saved my life. No joke. I mean, especially Linkin Park.
Oh hell yeah.
Was one of those bands that just really fucking saved my life during extremely difficult times for me, and connecting to Chester Bennington. He was a huge inspiration. Or we talked about Saliva earlier.
Damn it.
Playing those songs, yeah, music can really it can do so much for you. It can make you happy. It can bring you up and make you want to dance and enjoy life, or it can reach you when you're really down and you're in a lot of pain and you're really sad, and it can give you somebody to connect to know that, what, I feel that same way, and as a musician, we have a responsibility to, not be, it's not our intent to be shallow. We have to talk about the deeper things, because it does give somebody an opportunity to say, it gives us the opportunity to express the things that people sometimes don't know how to express. It gives them an opportunity to use us as an outlet to express their own emotions that they might not know how to express. I love music with all my heart. I really truly do. I love every part of it. It's such a beautiful thing.
It's what made me want to be a radio personality.
Yeah.
I fell in love when I was a kid with the radio. I grew up on Rick Dees, and I grew up on Casey Kasem, and I grew up on all the big DJs out there. Eddie Trunk, Howard Stern. Like I grew up on all the greats. And even like Dick Clark, even, like just all the American Bandstand, like all the good stuff from back in the day that, you grew up on. I'm dating myself now, but anyway, but shh, you didn't hear any of that. I wasn't listening to Rick Dees as a teenager. Anywho, but yeah, music has been a huge thing for me in my entire life. It has really helped get me through a lot of things, like, hard times, and by hearing a song or an artist or something that really got me through the day. Movies, music, and television have been my three big things in life, and that's why I like working with those industries so much, because they have brought such light and happiness to my life and to many other people around the world. You know what I'm saying? That
yeah, absolutely.
I've just always been very passionate about that type of stuff.
Me too.
Absolutely. I always wanted to make my own music, but then realized I wasn't that talented.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. No, I do tribute bands instead, so I just mimic other people's stuff.
Practice, that's all it is.
No, it is. I'll just showcase everybody else who does that wonderfulness. So, that's my place in the world, is being funny and being good at this type of thing and helping others. And, that's what God put me in here for, is to help give exposure and light and to people like you and actors and producers and directors and, just people from around the world that have something to say, that really are talented and want to showcase what they have to offer. You know what I mean? And and that's what I'm here for, is to help others get that exposure.
Yeah, that's what
you know what I mean? And I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the money, obviously. I mean, I don't make no money from this. I do it because I love it, and because I'm passionate about it, and I want to help other people. And this is a way for me to do that. And I also get to get exposed to, new TV shows and movies and music and things that I might not have discovered otherwise.
Yeah.
And so I view this as a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I don't do this just like you. I don't do this to have a mansion. I don't do this to, to have ratings and to, make tons of money and other stuff. That's great, but it's not everything in life. No. I just view it as being happy and being around friends and family and meeting new people and helping others. And that's what I like to do. I don't really care about all the extra.
Like you said, though, it's really all about finding your purpose. It's finding your purpose and your place in this world to do something worth value. It really is.
I think I was meant to do it 20 years earlier. Like I went out to LA. It was 1997.
Mhm.
I was like 24. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, fucked up shit happened. I moved back to Maine. Eventually I found my way back to LA in 2012. And that's when I found my purpose, or maybe I wasn't supposed to find it until I was 39. I don't fucking know. I just know that, but sometimes I really do think that maybe I was meant to do these things in my 20s, but I got sidetracked.
I feel
I didn't believe in myself. I didn't pay attention to what was going on around me. I didn't I didn't have faith in my ability or realize that that's what I really wanted to do. I guess I wish I had found it sooner.
Yeah, well, I was pulled away from music many times, because of bad decisions and living my life in a bad way instead of, doing what I was meant to do. And now that I get to do what I'm meant to do, it's fulfilling, It's fulfilling.
Yeah. I let drugs, alcohol, and bad relationships that were abusers that used me and abused me. I let that get in the way in life.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm right there with you. That's why I think I connect so strongly with you as a person.
Absolutely.
We're both empaths, and we both come from a kind of similar background. Like,
Yep.
I was lucky and fortunate that God spared me to not do prison time. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know this. At one point, I was facing 25 years to life in a Texas prison.
Yeah,
I just don't tell a lot of fucking people that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't tell them my whole story for fear of how they would look at me.
Yeah.
I don't tell a lot of people that I had a crack problem. I don't tell a lot of people that I've had other drug problems or substance abuse issues. I don't tell a lot of people that I've had 2 DUIs, one in Maine, one in California. I don't tell everybody my whole story. I guess I just did. But, maybe people will understand me better now that I've said these things or relate to me more. I don't know.
That's the thing is,
I'm human.
You're human, and I've been commended a lot for my, I guess they say bravery when they say it to me, the bravery for me, because I'm very outspoken about my life because my past doesn't define me.
No.
I'm an open book. People can ask me any question about any part of my life, and I will be I'll probably be more honest with you than I should be. I will. I will tell you the nitty gritty details, and I have no fear of it because I'm a very different person today, and that thing does not ball and chain me down. It doesn't. And if somebody wants to look at me differently because of it, then that's perfectly okay. They are, at their right to do that and do so, but it doesn't affect me. It doesn't.
But it comes through in your music. It's beautiful, like the story you're telling in your songs.
I appreciate.
I just think more people should pay attention to that sort of thing. You know what I mean? And I hope tonight we're getting you a little more exposure and maybe opening more people's eyes to you. I mean, and I like that you're multi-genre. I don't think that. I mean, I see what they're saying, but at the same time, I disagree. You know what I'm saying? Why can't you market one song or one or two songs to one thing and something to something else? Or why does it all have to be one album has to be all one or thing or another? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, you basically you have to market singles instead of a whole album. Now, this album that I'm doing now is going to be primarily hard rock. You know what I mean? So this is an individual album of itself. It's like I've learned to kind of separate it a little bit just so I can start doing more live shows. So if I do a hard rock album, then I can set up myself with shows, opening up for bands who are under that genre. You know what I mean? Right now, I have to be the headliner because in order for me to go out and perform, I have to literally tell you a story, and it's what I do. I tell you a story, and I take you through each song as I tell you a story. It's kind of like a play. It's like a play, except I'm singing to you in between, and that's my show. That's what I do. And I think that has some value, and that could be used somewhere, but it's just nobody's really found it yet. And I'm going to keep going until somebody does, and until somebody sees my vision. I thought about creating a movie, right? And having the movie play out while I perform the music to match where the person is in the story. So it takes you through the entire
Wow.
life and music all in one show and setting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a big production, something I can't afford to do, but if somebody were to see that and to understand what my vision is, I think that they would be happily on board, because that is a beautiful thing, because movies, like you say, touch you as well. I love movies.
Mm.
They do the same things. They pull at your heartstrings. They inspire you, and music does the same thing. And if you can put them two things together and create one thing out of it, it would be really magical.
Yeah. It's like Tommy by The Who, or Operation Mindcrime by Queensryche, or you know what I mean, The Wall by Pink Floyd. It's like it's an album that tells a story from beginning to end.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I think that those are the most like intricate and like talented types of writing, to be able to really take you through. When a band can create an album that really takes you through a story from start to finish, I mean, that is so well thought out, and so it just takes a lot to be able to do that. It really does. It takes a lot to be able to do that. And a lot of bands have been able to pull it off, and they were very good at it. And I think it's amazing when they do, and it's just awesome.
Well, even if we can't play the new song tonight, I will feature it on an upcoming episode, so it doesn't matter, whether it's today or not. I mean, I like to play your music videos just randomly.
Yeah,
like that's what I do with all the artists on my management label. I just intermittently play them in amongst other episodes. You know what I mean? Like just randomly, like, okay, I gotta end the show with 2 or 3 rock or metal videos or something, and like I'll just weave like one of yours in with the mix, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I like to do. So that way it keeps it going. It keeps the exposure going. It's not just limited to one specific episode.
Yeah, and the music video for this should be released probably within the next 3 weeks, I'd say.
Yeah, that's amazing. So when we can launch it, like do an official launch, like when it comes out. So just let me know and keep me updated.
Absolutely.
But what I want to do is play one more video from your YouTube before we head out for tonight.
Okay.
Just to kind of showcase another song. You know what I'm saying? I just want people to hear your stuff as much as possible.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? No problem. All right. So this next one's going to be Through Fire.
Yeah.
And then when I come back, when we come back from playing the song, I'm going to have you tell people, where they can find your music, where they can find, videos, audio, that type of stuff, and also your website and things like that.
Perfect.
So, all right. So we're going to play one more song by Scott Plante on Wicked Entertaining, Rock Rage Radio, iHeartRadio, Sirius XM, and Sony Music Entertainment. And
been Lucifer's love and escape the sins that have me feeling like I've been crucified, hopelessly contemplating suicide, cause nothing will fill the void of this emptiness that I'm feeling inside. I can numb it for the moment, covering all this bottled up raw emotion before the battle scars of my heart are ripped open, for the fact that I allowed my soul to be stolen. I didn't even put up a fight, living in darkness, chasing the light. Who knows if I even make it through the night? This can't be life. There's gotta be something better than this. Feels like I fell in the black abyss. I'm just so lost and helpless. I don't know if I'll ever find my way, as I let more and more of myself slip away from all the mistakes that I made. It's like I'm digging my own grave for a soul that needs to be saved.
But I never had a voice. I never saw
inspire change. I will rise out of the fire's flame, reborn in a world that will never be the same. From the ashes of my old life, I had everything to gain. I went to war to save my soul, and I survived by letting go, accepting the bitter truth that I have no control, that I needed to stop feeding my ego. Out of the depths of hell, crawling back to life. Out of the darkness, I started chasing the light. Refused to make the same mistake twice, cause I don't think I'll get another chance to get it right. The weight of the world fell off my shoulders at last. There's no more puppet strings attached, no more being the prisoner of my past. I finally found freedom from everything holding me back. Emerging from the wreckage of everything that I burned the ground. On and screaming from the crowd, face to face with my fears, and there's no backing down. I gotta do this right. It's time that I take back my life now.
Howdy.
Deep stuff. Ooh, have mercy. Ooh. God damn it!
All right, guys, you can find my music literally everywhere. You can go to Russia and go onto Russian streaming sites and find my music. If you look me up and you can find my music, we have a problem. Okay.
Hey, Putin, if you're listening out there, no, you Putin me on.
Yeah, come on, put me on.
It's just wrong.
Yeah, no, it's on everywhere. Literally, Chinese streaming sites. It's everywhere. Over here, YouTube, Spotify. I usually push Apple Music a little bit more than I push Spotify. I've actually never ran a campaign on Spotify ever in my life, which is probably really stupid on my part because
Spotify's huge.
I know, and it's kept my numbers low. And yeah. I've never ran any ads on it. I've never posted Spotify, nothing. I've just kind of ran Facebook and YouTube. That's all I've done, and I've done well there. So if you guys want to find me, go to the Scott Plante artist page, or you can go to The Last Fall. It's my new rock project, and hit that like button and be prepared for some kick-ass music.
Hell yeah. You got a website like Scott Plante Music or scottplante.com? I don't know.
Pretty sure, yeah, it is. It's scottplantemusic.com. At least it was. Yeah. I think it's still up hanging around. Cool.
All right, hell yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching tonight, and please go and support Scott Plante. Support his music. That's the biggest thing. Support, like, subscribe, follow, share. That's a big thing, is share. You know what I mean? Artists need, like Scott, he needs, help from people to share his music. If like 20 people share one song or two songs, you know what I mean? And then that friend shares and that friend shares, and you just keep passing it along. Then eventually, the numbers could really be big. And, and we thank all the businesses who have supported Scott and have helped him put out music videos, and hopefully that, the local businesses continue to do so. And, it's a blessing for sure. And I want to thank you so much tonight, Scott, for being on the show and letting us be a part of your world and listen to your music, and very inspiring stuff. And I have the sniffles now because I have been crying. Shh, don't tell anyone that I actually have a heart. I don't want Sony to know that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't want to be a heartless motherfucker like the rest of these people. But anyway, but thank you so much for being on the show. Yeah, please go like and subscribe and follow and share his stuff, because that's the big thing with, and also other artists, around the world. That's the big thing, is to help each other. Artists helping artists, people helping people. And that's what it is at the end of the day. So thank you all so much for watching Wicked Entertaining. I'm your host, Jennifer DeVoe Muse. And please come back tomorrow night. Well, no, it's not tomorrow night. I'm actually taking a night off. Imagine that. Imagine that. And I got the COVID.
Oh, no.
I got the Rona. I wish I had another kind of Rona in my hand right now, a Corona beer, but anyway. I love you. All right, love you, dude. Be safe always, and we'll meet up very soon, and we appreciate you for everything that you put out into the world. So
Pleasure.
you have a go on.
You too. Take care.
Bye. Till Monday, we'll be back.